So you're down in Tennessee.
Yeah, man. So I went to college. First at Lemoyne on. The curriculum was super super easy. You know what I mean? For me at least. And then they were like, the people at the school noticed that, so they like, yo, we got to do something. Like, we got to put them in a different school. So they gave me classes at University of Memphis as well. So now I'm going to 2 schools, which means as an artist, I have 2 whole outlets of like people that I can like market to. You know what I mean? I'm also making music at the time.
Yeah.
And so I'm making music. I'm going to University of Memphis and Lemoyne on, and then I make this mixtape called It All Makes Sense Soon, which was like my first solo project ever. You know what I mean? As an artist. So moving to Memphis was like me becoming a solo artist as well, and becoming Wave Chapelle. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Were you going under a different name at the time?
I was, man. I had this funny haircut. Can I? My bad. I almost said ass. Can I cuss? I'm sorry.
Yeah, you can cuss.
All right.
You can move the mic just a little bit down.
Gotcha.
Like
that.
Like that. Yeah.
There we go. Okay,
Perfect.
boom.
Yep.
So I had like this funny ass haircut. Kind of slant. It was like high top vibe, but it was cut like super diagonal or whatever. And so I called myself Astro Boy, you know, because Astro Boy has the pointy hair, you know what I mean? And so I was going as Astro, but then everybody would always call me Wavy, you know what I mean? Like, because of either the style of dress or the way I rapped, stuff like that. And so Wave kind of always stuck with me. It was like an alias almost. And then once I decided to go solo, as I moved to Memphis for school, I became Wave Chapelle, officially, you know what I mean? And
is that a play on Dave Chapelle?
Oh, 1,000%, 1,000%, bro. I came up with the name because I was just high, you know what I mean? Like, watching. So listen, me and my cousins, we had this apartment, bro. We was broke, you know what I mean? No cable, you know what I mean? We just had the MacBook, the mic in the corner, you know. We had the PlayStation 2, and a bunch of DVDs, you know what I mean? And one of the DVDs was the Dave Chapelle, you know, season 1, season 2. And we would watch it. We would watch it all day, right? Like, I would come home from school, pop it in. We would get high, watch Dave Chapelle. And one day, bro, I'm like, yo, people love Dave Chapelle. I'm like, this dude is funny. He's hilarious. He's a genius. And I'm like, Dave, Wave Chappelle's like light bulb moment, right? And so, man, eventually I just decided to run with it, and it's worked out for the best, man. It's pretty marketable, you know what I mean?
Right. That was a few years ago.
Like, that was I was still in high school. That was like like 2013 probably.
Wow, yeah. So you've been doing that for a long time.
Oh, man. For sure, bro. Nah, I've been doing music for a very long time. I got Shepherd Express Awards from like 2010. Wow. No lie, yeah. I just posted it on my last post, on the slide, like that. The 2010, yeah, that's crazy,
dude. 13 years ago.
Almost
I know. 14. Yeah.
Yeah, wow. I was doing shows in like high school.
Wow, man. So you grew up in Milwaukee, you were saying. You moved to Tennessee for college.
Yep. So I went to college. So to get back to the college story, I was going to college, and the first project I dropped this Wave Chapelle is called It All Makes Sense Soon. And man, it was like the perfect storm because I met like all the DJs I needed to know. I met all these like socialites and stuff like that in Memphis in like 1 week, you know what I mean? And so this project just caught storm, you know, it just caught a lot of momentum. And long story short, man, Yo Gotti, I'm like filling out my classes for the next semester, right? I'm in this chicken spot called Ching's Wings. If you're ever in Memphis, you have to stop at Ching's Wings. Yes.
All right.
This is like legendary chicken spot, you know what I mean? Good wings. Honey gold. Get the honey gold.
Hey, okay.
But anyway, so I'm in there, I'm filling out my classes, I'm depressed and shit. I got my wings. And then I get this notification on Twitter. It says Yo Gotti like DMing me. He said, hey, homie, like, he's like, hit me. He's like, just hit me. And he put the number. And so I'm thinking it's a fake account, like a troll account or something. I go on, I see the blue check, instantly drop my wings. You know what I mean? I'm like,
what?
Yeah, I'm tripping, right? And then I run outside, I call him, and he's like, yo, I ain't even gonna try to do the voice, but he got a real raspy voice. He sound like a mafia guy. Like, he sounds like the Godfather, for real.
Sure.
And he's like, yo, like, meet me at my restaurant, like, Privé. I got this new restaurant. Meet me here. And so I meet him. And sure enough, bro, like the lights is dim. He's sitting at the, you know what I mean? Like it's really like it was like a movie, bro.
In Memphis?
Yeah, in Memphis. Whoa, the restaurant is called Privé. It's owned by Yo Gotti. And at the time, it wasn't even open yet. Like he's just building it at the time. Yep. And so he's sitting at the dinner table, and we chop it up, man. It was real dope though. It was I always tell people like it was really really dope that moment because. It wasn't like I walked in and he was like, yo, I'm trying to sign you. He literally told me, he's like, yo, I just want to help. Like, however I can help, whatever that look like, let me know what you need. You know what I mean? Right. And so, we ended up working the situation out.
Man. Yeah. Sweet. I did see you have a song with him too.
Oh yeah, for sure. I got a couple joints. Yeah, I got a couple joints with Gotti.
Couple?
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. We got different ways. We got Talk to Him. That was the one that kind of blew me up. Talk to Him was crazy because I got a chance to really because my whole thing is like freestyling and bars and stuff like that.
Okay.
And he just let me go. He's like, go crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so that kind of put me on the map.
Yeah. Do you still keep in touch with him?
For sure. Not as much as we used to, but I definitely he'll hit me every now and then like, I see what you're doing. I like this right here, or he'll like it, or he'll comment, you know what I'm saying? Some like things like that.
From a distance.
Exactly. Because now he has like tons of artists that he's responsible for, you know what I mean? So, but he definitely does tap in, every now and then.
So cool,
it's dope.
Man.
Yeah.
So after Tennessee, then how long were you in Tennessee for?
I was there maybe like 2-3 years. I would say like 2-3 years.
Okay.
Yeah, I was in Tennessee for like 2-3 years. Did that. Finished my deal. The last project I dropped was only the beginning with them, and then I decided to go back independent. And with that decision, I linked back up with my cousin Seven, who became my manager. We moved to LA. Sure. And LA is LA, bro. The LA saga of my life is insane. Like, I went independent. I locked in with Empire for like distribution. You know what I mean? So it was lit. I was performing. I got locked up for like a month.
What?
Yes, like illegally held like for a month.
What, dude?
Yes, they held me in. Listen, so. This story is so crazy, but it's true, and I got the photos to back it up. So. I remember I was leaving the studio. And I left with one of the engineers. I didn't really know him that well. And I was going to walk to the train station. And he's like, nah, bro, it's cool. Like, I'll give you a ride. It's good. And it's right down the street. So I'm like, all right, cool. It's cool. Man, I get in that car, dog. First of all, he's high. I could tell he's high. He's kind of talking real fast. And so I'm like, it's cool. This is like a Dave Chapelle skit. I'm like, it's cool.
Right.
I can see the train station from where we are.
But he wanted to drive you to the train station.
Yeah. He just wanted to he's like, let me just drive you. So I'm like, all right, cool. And man, he makes this weird turn. There's a cop behind us. The cop, he flashes his lights, you know what I'm saying, because of a weird turn or whatever. So routine traffic stop, right? Mm-hmm. The cop walks over. He's like, license and registration, the regular rundown. Bro starts getting super nervous for some reason. And I'm like, yo, what do you got? You got like drugs in here or something? Which that wasn't the case. But so he reaches back. Like he goes, license registration. He reaches back for his book bag. The cop goes, he's like, whoa. He's like, what are you doing? He's like, man, no, my registration's in my book bag. He's like, I'll get it. So the cop's like, I'll get it. Bro goes again. He's like, so then he reaches for it again. Now I'm like, you know what I mean? I'm like, bro.
And it's not like you can get out of the car and just run away.
You feel me?
From the situation.
You feel me?
You're locked in. Yeah.
Right. So I'm like, yo. I'm like, let him get it. Like, chill, relax.
Yeah.
Man, dog. The cop grabs the bag. Zips it open instantly. Drops the bag and. He, you know what I mean? Like, he's pissed. Whatever. So, long story short, what was in there, the man had a BB gun in his book bag, and I guess he was going to try to hide it.
Oh, my God.
Yes, he had a BB gun, and so now I'm in the car with him. You know what I mean? I'm in the car with him. I got some, unpaid tickets, you know what I mean? There's some super petty, some very, very, very petty stuff. They take me in, and then, long story short, bro, they take me in and they hold me. And I had a citation in Denver. That's what it was. So Denver is very close to LA. They contact Denver. Now, at the time, they didn't tell me this. Denver said, let him go so he can come to his court date. LA said, nah, we gonna hold him down for another damn near a month. Yeah.
Damn, man. So you're in there for a month?
In like a month, bro. Literally in the Supermax. Suge Knight was upstairs, right hand up to God.
Oh man.
Literally. Wow. Yeah. I don't think I ever told that story either, but I was good, man. Yeah. Shout out to Bone. Bone was the 2 in the dorm. You know what I mean? So not to get too deep into how prisons work, but in prison there's a 1 and the 2. You know what I mean? The 1 is like the head guy. The 2 is like the vice president, I guess.
Sure, yeah.
And the 2, his name was Bone, and he took a liking to me or whatever, you know, because I'm chilling.
Yeah, man.
And so, yeah, man, he held me down, man. He made sure I had all the books that I wanted, you know what I mean? Right. I was good. Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Crazy.
Wow. Man, that's a wild experience to be in there just for a month, especially.
Yeah, I wish I had my phone. I don't know where I set my phone. Oh, here it is. Yo. Listen, I'm going to show you. I'm going to just show you, bro. Right. It's crazy.
I was thinking, too, like, I feel that your homie who's driving the car, like, he could have just easily been like, just so you know, there's a BB gun in my bag.
Yeah,
when you grab it. You don't have to be all weird about it.
Yeah. Check me out.
Bro.
That's when they finally let me go.
They let you go, man. Wow,
yeah.
Man.
Crazy.
Wow. So that was a good amount of time ago?
Yeah, that was a while ago. That was 2016. But you know what's crazy? Right after that, like musically, everything turned up. You know what I mean? I literally dropped probably my best project ever.
Yeah.
That joint hit 1 million plays, all type of stuff. I was getting like sync deals and all of that. So right after that, it was like all the good karma came my way. So yeah.
And then when did you move back to Milwaukee?
Just recently, bro. Cool. Just recently.
Gotcha.
Cause so in between Milwaukee was Atlanta. Atlanta through like 2018 to 2021. And then I just recently moved back here last November.
Gotcha.
When I had my baby boy.
Gotcha. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, welcome back. You've been everywhere, man.
No, bro. I've been all over.
Been everywhere.
That's it feels good to be back though, man. I love I love Milwaukee, especially like this time around, seeing how fresh it is. All these artists, all these new things. It's really dope.
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. Just talking with Kyle, you're looking to hit more shows this next year?
Absolutely, bro. That's the thing that we've been focusing on right now. Just because I dropped the project Can't Stop, Won't Stop, dropped that in May. And so this time around, we wanted to really just, go and touch the people, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like you can attest to that. Like, it's one thing to drop music and get all these plays and stuff, but there's it's another thing to go to these different cities and touch the people, have the people come see you. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Because then those become like lifelong, not even like fans. You know what I mean?
Building
like,
relationships.
Exactly.
Like
Exactly.
100%.
So yeah, we've been heavy on booking the shows. We just got back from Atlanta, Blue Room Festival.
Cool. Mm-hmm. Was that like a music festival going on there?
Yeah. It was a music festival. It was 3-day festival. I did day 2, and then the owner of the festival liked it so much that he asked me to come back for day 3. And so I did day 3 as well. So shout out Creatives After Dark for throwing that. Yeah.
Cool. So how long have you been doing live shows for? Probably for quite some time, or?
Yeah, man. My first live show was in Chicago. I was in high school. I was a junior, and get this, it was on the same day as prom, and so my girlfriend at the time broke up with me because I didn't want to go to prom. I was like, I don't want to go to prom. Sure. I have a show. You know what I mean? And she didn't understand. She didn't care.
Yeah.
But it was dope though. It was dope. Yeah. Like it was worth it.
Yep. It's a good excuse to miss prom.
For sure. I thought that was badass. I'm like, I got a show in Chicago. This is my very first show. I got a show in Chicago.
In Chicago too, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Totally.
Like,
it's a big deal.
Yeah, I'm cool. I'll perform in my tux.
Yeah, right. I'll come to the after party.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
Exactly.
That's funny too, because in high school, like prom and all those football games, it's just that is your life.
Right.
That's your life.
That's the real highlight. Did you go to prom?
Yeah, I went to prom.
Oh, where? Yeah, see, I missed out, bro. I missed out both years. So junior year I didn't go, and then the second year I felt like I was too cool, so I threw the after party though.
Sure, but right.
And also I did go to Mesmer, so it's like. Catholic school, how fun is prom really gonna be?
Right. Just kind of like
the
middle fingers to the man.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, what does a Wave Chapelle live show kind of look like? Do you
Man,
got backing tracks? Do you work with a band sometimes?
so I'm very like hip hop purist. So I don't like to I don't perform over my vocals. So what I do is I do like show mixes of the songs where the hook might be in there, the ad libs might be in there, but like the main vocal is out. So I could just straight, you know what I mean?
Yep.
I can.
I do love when hip hop artists do that, where you can really hear
You can
and like
hear 'em.
see what they're actually saying with the mic. It doesn't get diluted.
Yeah, and it gives you more freedom too. Like maybe I want to play around with the verse. Maybe I want to switch something out just because I'm doing it live. You know what I'm saying? So it adds the live element to it. And far as like the sets and the type of music, I do it like an album. You know what I mean? So like all the albums that I like the most, they come in with energy. And then there's a pocket in the middle where it's very chill. It comes down, kind of brings it down, and then you end on a bang. You know what I mean? And so that's literally how I do all my shows. You know, I like to come in, you know, hype the crowd up, get everybody into it.
Yep.
Then you know, I call the middle part of the set the breather. You know what I mean? So we kind of relax. We do some real chill songs. I might sing. Sometimes I try to sing. You know what I mean? Get my Drake on. And then and then towards the end I just bring it back up. You know what I mean? So people can feel like, yo, that was an experience. You know what I mean?
Totally, dude.
So yeah, man.
Very much relate to that. Because did you see our Summerfest set?
I caught. Did I catch? I caught some of it. I didn't catch the whole thing, but I did catch some of it.
Yeah, same kind of atmosphere like that, where you just kind of like start with some bangers, keep it going steady, but then like somewhere in the middle have that. Because at the Summerfest show is the first time I did it, but I want to start doing it more for like the longer sets. But the whole band goes off stage and it's just me doing a song on acoustic guitar.
Yeah.
And just get really intimate and like lock in, and then we bring it back.
That's fire too, man. That's tough, bro. That's tough.
Yeah.
Do you get nervous when when the band is off and it's just you?
I love the dynamic of the solo sets. Sometimes I do too, just me and guitar. But it is nice to just have that. Yeah, I don't get too nervous
have everybody
at all.
on there and just rocking out.
Yeah, because it really highlights like the songwriting too. When the full band isn't there, you can really dial in on the songwriting, the lyricism too, and really just like lock in with the crowd and you
nice with it too, man. The pen is crazy. Have you?
Let
me ask you this, bro. Have you ever rapped before? Have you ever tried rapping?
Man, not seriously.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say you probably could, bro. Like I ain't gonna lie. Like I was jamming out like earlier, and I'm like listening. I'm like, yo, like the songwriting is crazy. Like,
dude, I feel like I could play around with some stuff.
Yeah, you could. You probably got bars, bro. You got.
That would be a really cool thing to add in a future project for sure, man.
100%.
Yeah, I remember back in high school, there's this app called Rap Chat. I don't know if you ever were on that. It was this app where I don't know if it's still around, but it caught flame in my high school for a few months or whatever. But it's an app where you can add friends. You make an account, you add your friends, and then you can send messages. But all the messages are basically there's a bunch of empty beats that you can choose from, and you gotta like rap along to the beat, and you send it to a friend,
and they add
or you
to
can
it?
post it. They don't add to it.
Oh, okay.
But you'd send it out, you post it, and everyone could see it or reshare it.
Word.
And then like people were just like dissing each other, just kind of like friendly fire.
Yeah.
But
you were on there. You were getting it in. You was getting it in.
Man.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah.
I'm telling you, bro. Let me know, man. Let me know whenever you're trying to get, you know what I mean, get these bars in, bro. I'm with you.
Oh man, definitely.
I'm with you.
Definitely. I would love to. I'd be curious. I'm not like you though, where like freestyling.
Yeah.
I gotta really sit down
and
sit
put it
with
together
it for a while and be alone. Like if I'm writing like with people, it doesn't happen as naturally for me.
Yeah.
Are you good where you can just do it in front of anybody and just kind of?
For sure. I think I've definitely worked into it. I wasn't always that way. Like, you know what I mean? When I was first started off rapping, me and my big homies, like we would always freestyle together. So it kind of did train me to like, you know, on the spot, be able to freestyle. But now I've gotten to a point where I write so much. I write a lot. Like I always like block off an hour a day just to write whatever. Maybe it's a song. Maybe it's just regurgitating some lyrics or whatever. But I write so much, I always remember my favorite lines. So I have them loaded. I have like a lot loaded.
Sure.
So I could go at any point. And technically I wrote it, but I remember just all these favorite lines. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
you got a lot of ammo in your
exactly
the arsenal.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? You come with ammo, you come with clips, and now it's just like it's on spot. Yeah. You know what I mean?
How long have you been writing every day for?
I started that practice. It's been maybe like 2 years. I started.
Okay.
Yeah, I started during like the pandemic. Yep. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Because obviously you don't really have nothing else to do. So I started an exercise where every day I'm gonna block off an hour and just like write whatever comes to mind. And then I just stuck with it, and now it's kind of just it's natural.
Part of the routine.
It's part of the routine. Yeah, I'm like a samurai or a Jedi. I'm a Jedi.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
I used to write pretty consistently, but I kind of lacking right now as far as like keeping it in the routine. But yeah, definitely got to get back to that.
Yeah, man. But I feel like too though there is some strength to just free flowing too, because sometimes when you just free flowing, there's not too much thought. And sometimes the best ideas just come.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's, there's a duality to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, that's how I usually write too, is just like I usually just start writing about what my days have been like and how I've been feeling, and just like not even thinking too much about it.
Yeah.
But then, yeah, it's like I'll get the writer's block when I'm writing a song and just really trying to force it out. I'm like, all right, I got to do something else because this isn't coming naturally right now.
So my guy, my producer, Man of Beats, he's always like, whenever I have a moment like that where I'm like writing or I'm missing like 2 lines or whatever, he's like, bro, freestyle, bro. He's like, say the first thing that comes to mind, just do it. You know what I mean? And a lot of times it works because now it's just like, now you just out there, like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Just out there.
Right.
Yeah.
I remember making some music with my friend Adags back in the day, but he would always say like yeah, just like, what should we write about? What should we do? And he's just like, whatever you're feeling.
Right.
I'm like, yeah. And he would say it in such a positive way that was just like, yeah, you're right.
Like, you know what? You're right. Let's do it.
Who cares? Really? Yeah, totally, man.
No doubt.
So what are your future goals with Wave Chapelle?
Man, future goals, bro. To become the best rapper alive, man. Honestly.
Yeah.
Like, just for 1 year at least. My favorite rappers, like, this is the thing. Like, all my favorite rappers have been the best rapper in the world at some point. And
by best rapper, does that mean like most kind of most known or most?
So it's a
it's
a combination.
Points,
It's a combination. The Drake meme. Yeah, it's a combination. It's this combination of skill. Like I'm skilled, like skill wise, I'm the best. Like I'm dropping the hardest bars, the best songs. I'm writing the best songs. It's popular wise, like I'm doing the numbers. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So it's like and then the influence. You know what I'm saying? I'm impacting hip hop in this way. Right. So perfect example, like let's say Lil Wayne, right? Lil Wayne at some point was the best rapper alive, and now you see his impact. Tons of rappers look like him. The sound of hip hop kind of changed. The style of hip hop changed. Kanye's another one.
Yep.
Drake is another one where now, like, once he was dominating, now rappers are singing and rapping more. You know what I mean?
Yep.
They're rapping in a certain cadence, his style of cadence.
Yep.
And then even, Kendrick, now he's dominating a certain way. And so I just feel like all these guys at one point could be like, I was the best at this specific time.
Right.
And, I got to feel that, man. And I think also it's the competitive, it's just like the competitive side, which isn't as important, but that's the part that drives me. You know what I mean? It keeps me going. You know what I mean? It's almost like a sport. It's like kind of like basketball. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
These guys want to be the best at some point. We got to reach the championship at some point. And so that's definitely something that I strive for. And I think it's good because it keeps me going. No matter what I accomplish at this point, at this level, I still know that there's more levels to go. So, it's like a motivation factor.
Right.
So definitely want to check that off my list. But on a lower scale, I just want to continue to, build the fan base, you know what I'm saying? Continue to tour, be able to tour, you know what I mean? It's been a while since I haven't toured in a long time. This year is the first time I've toured in maybe like 8 years, 7 years.
Wow, man.
Yeah, so it's been dope to have these full circle moments, going to these cities and people actually coming out and coming to see me, you know what I'm saying? So
any reason you weren't touring the last 8 years?
Yeah, well, one, I was doing a lot of stuff just by myself, strictly, like no producer, no engineer, no manager, no like nobody to bounce the ideas off of. It was literally like me in a room, like just drawing up all these ideas. And then even when I get the music out, it's like I would get shows here and there. You know what I mean? Not saying I wasn't going and performing, I was, but far as like touring, like going to Denver or going to Minnesota or something like that, that was stuff that I wasn't doing. Just because, I don't know, I guess I didn't have the bandwidth, like the brain power to do it. You know, you kind of get spread thin when you're doing so many things as an artist.
Yep.
And so I definitely felt that, you know what I mean? But yeah, so definitely continuing the tour, just building the brand up. And I do want to make like I don't think I've ever took the time and made like a straight up just cohesive album. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, people be like, hey, this is my debut album. You know what I mean? I don't think I have a debut album. I have a lot of EPs, which isn't bad either. Yeah. Because, you know, when you're still building up, we're like food, right? We're like restaurants. And when somebody tries a new restaurant, they're not going to order like this big thing on the menu the first time. They're going to try maybe a couple. They want samples. They want to make sure they like this, right? Right. And so my thing, I'm the appetizer king. I'm giving these people mad EPs. I'm giving you hella appetizers, and the appetizers are really good. Yep, you know what I'm saying? And so I do think, though, eventually I want to, you know, sit down and put together that full, like, debut album.
Main course.
Yeah, the main course, you know what I mean? Chef Ramsay.
Yep. Yeah. Chef Chapelle.
Chef Chapelle.
Yep.
I like that. I like that.
I think with the debut albums too, it kind of, I think from what I've seen in the music industry, it seems that like the lifespan of certain artists, I think like when the industry is really trying to push a new artist, I feel like the debut self-titled is such a big deal.
I know, yeah.
And then where I'm here, like still, it's a journey, and I've been doing this for a few years, and I have 3 albums out already. And I don't think I'll ever do a self-titled Social Sig album because I don't know, it's the journey, because I want to look back at where I've come, and each album is a timestamp of what my life was at that point, and just keep doing that progressively. Yeah, which I think is really cool.
For sure. No, I agree, man. I think that is a dope, and it's a dope way to do it, man. You know what I mean? And it takes a lot of the pressure off too. You know what I mean? Like you were saying, totally. The debut album is like this. It's a lot of pressure, bro. Because if it goes wrong, you're gonna be like, you only get to debut one time. You know what I mean? So I feel you too.
Especially if the project is you know, and I feel like you can also get boxed into if you make a big deal out of it, it really boxes you in.
For sure. So. And then you get out of your creative flow, and then it's just
artists,
all whack.
Man. We got to be fluid. We're always changing.
Yeah,
you know?
1000%, man. I believe it's Bruce Lee, man. He said, "Be like water, man." Right. You know what I'm saying? We got to be like water, and because we are true creatives, bro.
Totally, man. Totally. Yeah. So that's exciting to do more shows. Anything lined up for Milwaukee this summer or?
Yeah. Let me remember the dates. Yeah. Kyle's gonna kill me if I forget these dates.
We can just pop them in.
I know, right? On the podcast we got I got Bremen Cafe this Sunday.
Okay, no way.
So actually, let me start at the top. I got Chicago. I got Reggie's Rock Lounge.
Oh, sweet Reggie's, man.
Yeah, that's this Saturday.
Okay. Is it the big room or the small room? Do you know?
I believe it's the big room.
Okay.
I believe it's the big room.
I think the Rock Lounge is the big one.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
I forget. Okay.
So that's going to be fun. You know what I mean? So we got Reggie's on the 29th. We got Bremen Cafe, which is here on the 30th. I got Bronzeville Fest, which is here. That's on the 6th. The 12th. There's something on the 12th. Whatever that is, whoever you are, don't be mad at me. But there's something here on the 12th.
August 12th.
Yeah. We got Minnesota the 28th, and then we got another Cactus Club show on the 31st of August, which is going to be super fire.
Man, you're cooking these shows. Okay, I didn't know you're hitting it like this hard. Yeah.
Oh, for sure, man. No, prior to that, man, we did like a whole like mini tour almost, you know, where we did Chicago, we did Atlanta twice, you know what I'm saying? We came back, we had a Madison date, and then we did Milwaukee.
Sure.
And so yeah, man, I'm glad Cactus Club wants to bring us back to finish off all these dates and hopefully just finish it off in August on the 31st, man. It's going to be dope.
Who's on?
Oh, the lineup is crazy. So we got my God, we got Too High.
Yeah.
Who is
been trying to get him on the podcast soon.
Oh yeah, gotta have him, bro. He's super dope.
Yep.
Super creative. So we got Too High. We got Eli Stones.
Yeah, I've heard of him.
There's an artist named Tiny. They're really, 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 really dope.
Yep, I've heard of Tiny.
Very creative. Very creative. Is there one more? Oh, bro, let me not do him like that. Let me not do him like that. Because we just added him too.
Okay.
We just added him to the I know he's with Run Along Forever.
31st of August. What day is that?
I believe that's a Saturday.
30.
Oh, yo, you're a boss with this calendar right
Thursday. Yeah. Thursday the 31st.
Come on, service. Don't do me like that. It's my service. Let's see. Come on. Yo, they post a lot of dates.
Yeah, they do.
Here it is. Superstar Sale. That's his name. Superstar Sale.
Superstar Sale.
Yeah, Sale.
Okay.
S-E-L. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. He's dope. I checked his music out. He's really cool.
Cool.
Yeah,
Milwaukee.
Milwaukee.
Cool.
From Milwaukee. But it's all different vibes though. Like I like to do that with my shows too. If I'm ever like putting together a show with multiple artists, I like for it to be just different vibes. You know what I'm saying? Because no one wants to go to a show and just experience the same thing.
Like, this person's just like the last. Yeah. 100%.
So, you got to make a gumbo of it. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
So, that's going to be dope. And, I know after that, I have a Cooperage date, but I'm trying to, we're still ironing out the details.
Yeah, Kyle was texting me about that too. And
so we're ironing that out. That's gonna be my first time performing there. So whatever
Cooperage.
Whatever
Cooperage
happens,
awesome.
it's gotta be big. So I am excited for that too. That's gonna be in November. So
totally.
Yeah,
I could definitely connect you with Dwayne and Micah just played a killer set at Cactus last night.
Word.
They're definitely putting in a lot of work, and their live shows. It's been cool to see like more and more people come out and just like them gaining more of a Milwaukee fan base. Mm-hmm. So this is the journey of these Milwaukee artists that just like I'm kind of friends with originally, and then it's like, oh, we're doing this artistic endeavor, I guess, as far as like trying to do shows and just really trying to do this whole music thing. And it's been
let me ask you this: how do you feel about the music scene now versus, I don't know, maybe 3-4 years ago?
Yeah, well, I always say I didn't have like a super good idea of what it was maybe pre-COVID.
Yeah,
I started doing live shows in Milwaukee like 2019.
Okay.
And so did a few like house shows and did was just starting to do some bars like Bremen Cafe, one River West what was it called? It was like a River West Inn, I think.
Yeah.
Right on Locust Street. Did that before it closed down, but then COVID hit. So everything shut down, and it was just like I felt kind of relieved artistically because I was working on music and really didn't know what I wanted to do, where I wanted to go with it. I was finishing up college, and then shows started to slowly come back, and I was just one of the main projects really hitting the ground hard with trying to do as many shows as possible. My band kind of fell into place as far as like the members go, and really hit the ground hard like last early 2021 and onwards, and
took off
ever since then, man. Just like all around, it feels like people had been wanting to see live shows again. There was just such a buzz originally for like going to house shows again, and then live shows, and just continuously. I have a pretty good support system, a really, really solid support system, and lots of homies. And I would always tell them, like, when I'm playing shows, like, come out if you can. If not, no worries. There'll be more shows.
For sure.
And consistently having these shows sell out. And just,
people pulling up.
Yeah, people pulling up, and we're having a good time. People coming are having a good time. And that's what it's about. And it's like a cool reunion, too, of, like, seeing all these worlds kind of come into one. And, like, the project kind of brings together those moments, which is
for sure
really special.
Yeah, no, that's dope, man.
Yeah.
I definitely feel like it's progressive, man. Everything in Milwaukee right now feels progressive. Like the music scene feels very new, it's fresh. There's newer artists coming. There's
lots of new artists,
all these different shows. You know what I mean? I love to see it because I do remember a time where it wasn't like it was not like this. It didn't feel like this. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
It felt like there was a time where everybody was just trying to figure it out. And now, I think we're figuring it out now.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Like, I feel like the artists are more talking with the venues too.
Yep. Everybody's communicating more.
Yep.
And then there's more like it's more collaborative now too. You know what I mean? There's less ego. Not to say that there's no ego, but there's less ego. At this point. In like the music scene in Milwaukee. So
100%.
You know, that's something that I love to see because then that's going to create the culture. And then this whole idea that, you know, Milwaukee is not a place for music, that whole idea is going to vanish eventually.
Totally. Man.
You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, like what is your perspective of, because you were living in Atlanta and LA, like what do you think of Milwaukee as far as like a home base for like music now with the internet too?
Yeah.
And just like how is that like?
I
as
think
an artist yourself too.
Yeah, I think so. I think places like LA, places like Chicago, places like Atlanta, I think they've been these hubs for music or entertainment in general for so long that they just know how to do it. You know what I mean? They are used to it. So, you know, you go to Atlanta, you got 8 different rappers blowing up out of Atlanta because they're the formula. They're so used to the formula. They know that their rappers are popping. They're supporting their artists. They know where to put their artists, and they know, you know, how to push them out as well. You know what I'm saying? When it's time for them to blow up, they just like, you know. Yeah. But until they blow up, they kind of they filter them in a certain way. LA is the same way, like for LA born artists. And then Chicago is the same way as well. And now Milwaukee, I think it's a city that's learning how to do that because now we have a social sig. We have people like Nilex now. We have, you know, we have these acts that are really putting in work and doing it on a high level. You know what I'm saying? And now you got the press to follow it. You got the venues to follow that up. You know what I mean? The social media, like you said, the internet. People are following on the internet and supporting. So I think as a city, we're learning how to have popping artists, you know what I mean? And how to support them and what it looks like. You know what I mean? Right. So I feel like it's still new, but you can see that, you know, we're getting the hang of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because eventually, like I said, I feel like we'll be looked at as one of those cities that's like a hub for like artists because there's so many creative artists here. There's
so many.
I mean, the sports team is kicking ass.
Yep.
The city just feels more lively. So, you know, and you know, NBA, y'all need to let us host the All-Star game or something. You know what I mean? That's gotta happen too.
For real.
For real. I mean?
Yeah, lots of new things coming up in Milwaukee. Like you said, a lot of new energy coming in, lots of more people moving here. What do you think that Milwaukee doesn't have that you said that we're learning? Like, what do you think? Is it like people in booking and managers? Yeah. And like, what does that support system look like?
I think we just need more. I don't think we don't have it. I think there are support systems here. Like you got, you know, as far as like radio, you know, you got Hyphen, you got 88.9, you got WMSE, like you have platforms that are willing to support. We just need more of it. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, we need more of it. And then you have like, you have these booking agents and stuff like that. There needs to be more relationships formed with the artist. Like, not saying that it's not happening. There's definitely happening, but just more. And then even like the knowledge. There's people here with the knowledge to how to get to that next level here as artists. And sometimes I feel like, from my perspective, I feel like it gets gatekept a lot or gate kept. Right. Is that how you say it? Yeah. It's gate kept a lot of times, and it's almost like I'm only sharing it unless I can benefit off of whoever I'm sharing it with. Right. When really, man, as we get older, bro, and if you're secure in your space as like whatever you do, then, you know, you should definitely feel free to pass that knowledge down. You know what I'm saying? Because it's younger kids out here that could use it. And all together, if everybody's popping off at one time, that could really make the city look really great.
100%.
And so, you know, I think that's what it looks like, though. Just more. We need more radio. We need more platforms that will support artists, you know what I'm saying, make content, stuff like that. We need more venues, you know what I'm saying? Not like, imagine if we had 3 Cactus Clubs, you know what I'm saying? That, you know, these type of venues that'll be down to let independent artists come and throw these shows and bring their fan base, you know what I'm saying? Like Cactus Club will do that. But how many other venues here are down to do that? You know what I mean? So I would say ultimately just more of all those things, I feel like would progress, you know, the music scene forward and even the city as a whole forward.
Yeah. And do you think having more of those things will help on a national level too? Because I'm also at a point where like have a really solid support system in Milwaukee, and now it's just a matter of like getting out as much as possible and kind of growing that on a national level. Yeah,
for sure. Because the bigger you make it look here, the bigger it looks to people on the outside too. They're gonna be like, whoa, like if you, let's say hypothetically, we grow the giant beanstalk here in Milwaukee, when it raise up, the next city over is gonna be like, whoa, what they got going on over there? You know what I'm saying? So the same thing with like, you know, music in general. The more we build this thing up, other cities are gonna be looking. You know what I'm saying?
Turning some heads.
Right. Not even just cities, but like A&Rs, labels. Like I'm not lying, bro. There was in 2016. Empire was on Milwaukee heavy. You know what I'm saying? Just because there were so many people popping off at one time.
Is that around Ishtar?
Yeah. Like you got, you know what I'm saying? You got Ishtar doing his thing. You got just tons of artists doing their thing at one time. And literally, I spoke to somebody from Empire, and they were like, "Yo, you guys got it going on. We got to come there." And lo and behold, they did come to Milwaukee and like scouting out. And so, you know, I think when the city is like, you know, hitting in all those cylinders at one time, it really does nationally turn heads and like, you know, brings a lot of attention here.
You don't know who's looking, you know.
Yeah, you never know. You never know. That's why you got to keep, you know, you got to keep pressing, and we got to keep supporting each other, and we got to make each other look good. That's another thing. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's the point of the platforms. Like, you know, if I was a journalist, what reason would I not have to write about social sig? Like, why would I not? You know what I'm saying? That's if I'm a journalist, that's what I do. So I'm gonna go to your shows. I'm gonna do a write up. I'm gonna do a kick ass write up. I'm gonna post it online. I'm gonna share it. You know what I mean? Like, that stuff has to happen. You know what I mean? I feel like it's important.
And then us as artists use those quotes in our EPK, and you know, you use that as building blocks.
Right. You can EPK it. You could. That's content. That's, you know what I mean. It all just looks good. And in the end, it benefits everybody. You know what I'm saying? Because then what if I got the platform, I do a dope write up, you blow up off of my write-up, and now that helps both of us out. You know what I'm saying? Because now my platform is being looked at. You know what I mean? And now you're out of here. You know what I'm saying? Right. So
that's what I keep talking to a lot of my friends in the scene about too. It's just like when one of us just hits a stride, just like it's gonna be like wild.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy, man. It's gonna be crazy. Yeah. I feel it coming though. I do. There's like, you know, there's this. I've had a deal before, and I know. It's like an adrenaline. It's like an itch that you feel when it's right there, when it's like something big is about to happen. Yeah, I know it's gonna happen because so many artists here are going crazy all summer. Like all summer, you're over here. Like, bro, do you realize like we all did Summerfest? Like, we're all from here, but that don't necessarily guarantee us a spot at Summerfest. But they let us through the door because we're all killing it at one time. You know what I mean? Right. So that let me know that it's coming. Yeah.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
I'm excited for Summerfest next year.
Oh,
man.
For sure.
I'm really hoping to get like a
good slot.
Not that the 2:30 slot on the U.S. Cellular stage was bad. Like that was a perfect slot for us. We brought a good crowd. Really looking forward to doing like a 7 p.m. or 8 p.m. slot.
Crazy, all the hands in the air,
man. It's gonna be wild. It's gonna be a dream.
Hey man, that's fire,
yeah,
bro.
Man. So, what else do you? Well, let me ask you this: what do you? We were talking about Star Wars before. What do you like to do in your free time when you're not doing music stuff?
Man. So first and foremost, you know what I'm saying, I love being a dad.
Yeah.
I have.
How old's the little one?
He's 19 months now. He'll be 2 in November.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I love hanging with my son. He's a ball of energy. He plays the piano, all this cool stuff. So I just enjoy that time, man. Cause my analogy is that I'm like Batman, right? Like as artists, we're all like Batman. And when we're doing something, like when we're in our artist bag, we got the bat suit on. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. We're in superhero mode. And when the time I get to spend with my son, that's when I can take the bat suit off and just be Bruce Wayne. You know what I mean?
Right.
And just I really enjoy that time a lot because it helps. It's like it's rejuvenating. You know what I'm saying? And it gives me the calmness I need to refill that cup and then go be Batman again.
Right.
So one, I just love hanging with my son. His name is Soul. So shout out to my baby boy.
Soul.
But yeah, so I like to do that. What else do I like to do, man? I love Star Wars, bro. I'm a huge Star Wars nerd. So there's this page on YouTube called Star Wars Theory. I go crazy on Star Wars Theory. Yeah, bro. Yeah, it's
check me out on Star Wars Theory.
Yeah, man. I honestly I reached out to bro one time. I was like, yo, let me do an episode with you.
Yo, man.
But yeah, man. Star Wars is just super dope just because of the concept. I think I'm a perfect mix between like sometimes you have to be Obi-Wan, sometimes you have to be Anakin. You know what I mean? And that sounds really dark, but it's true. Sometimes like, Anakin is very like just strong and like he's he gives into his emotions. Sometimes you have to lean
prideful.
Yeah, you have to lean on your pride and your emotions sometimes. But then also, you got to be Obi-Wan, you got to be humble, you got to be
the voice of reason.
Yeah. So that's my motto in life, like you got to be both.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm heavy into Star Wars, man. What else I love nature, bro. I like going out to like just different parks, being by the water. It's all just rejuvenation, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't know how it is like as an indie artist, but as a rapper, bro, it takes so much ego. Sometimes it takes so much ego and like you gotta exert like all this confidence and like a lot of bravado sometimes.
Yeah.
And it can get draining. You know what I mean? If you don't have other outlets, you know what I mean? And so not that it's all bravado and confidence and stuff, but it's all mixed in there, you know what I'm saying? Because it also takes like just creativity, you know what I mean? Raw creativity, which is my favorite part about it. But in order to take a break from it, I do like to go to like parks and just chill, bro. Sit in the grass, bro, and just be. You know what I mean?
Totally.
Recharging, bro. So yeah, that's definitely like a couple of my hobbies, man, that I just love to do on a daily basis.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Sports too. I'm not gonna lie. Sports is also a good outlet just because like when I don't have to be that guy that's exerting like the confidence and like the dominance, I can watch like some Steph Curry highlights of him just dominating or, Michael Jordan highlights or something, you know what I mean? Something to that effect. Exactly.
It's good to be a fan of things.
Exactly.
Totally.
Exactly. So
definitely.
For sure.
Other than basketball, do you watch any other sports?
Oh, for sure.
It's
like
kind of everything.
I mean, one, I played myself, you know what I'm saying? Like I got it in with track, football, baseball. I tried baseball. I wasn't good at baseball, but I tried it. Basketball for sure. Soccer, I love soccer. Even though, soccer's so hard. Like it's not hard to play, but the fact that there's no timeouts, I could never, bro.
Sure.
You know what I mean? I would die in the middle of the field. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I just like sports in general, man. I think there's something. I don't know what I think it's just the competitiveness. Like, 'cause I'm a competitive person myself, but to watch people like compete at a high level, you know what I mean? It's the adrenaline rush. It's almost like you're living through them.
So, you a Packer fan at all?
Yeah, I'm a homer.
Yeah.
So, Packers, Bucks, Brewers, you know what I mean? Like I go hard for the home team.
I love that we have a like a bundle of good sports teams in Wisconsin. It's very, very prideful of that.
Yeah, bro.
Sure.
And we've been good. We've been good since I can remember. Like as a kid, like we've always been good. There's never been a time where we've just been like bottom tier team. And when it comes to the Packers, I don't really know about this year. I don't know about this year. These might be the dog days, but I don't know. I got love for Jordan Love, man. So we gonna see. I got love for the Bucks too. I mean, I've been involved with the Bucks since last season, so that's been dope.
Yep. Man, what was it like performing at the Pfizer? I saw that on your Instagram.
Man, I'm not gonna lie.
With all the dancers with you too, man.
Yeah. No, there's one where Bango dunks over my head. So I performed. I performed with the dancers, but then I also did another one with the Rim Rockers, where he literally goes over my head and dunks the ball.
Yo, you get dunked on by
Bango, yeah, it's crazy. But I would definitely say like being able to perform on the Bucks or in the Bucks arena is surreal. You know what I mean? And like I try not to be dramatic about it, but it is surreal because like growing up in Milwaukee, you grow up as a kid in Milwaukee, you grew up a Bucks fan. I remember it was the Bradley Center. You know what I'm saying? Yep. And just watching the team, wanting to be a part of the team in any way. You know what I mean? Yo, let me get an autograph. Let me throw some T-shirts. Let me do something.
Let me dry up the sweat on the ground. Let me do that job.
You feel me? To fast forward, being acknowledged by the team as an artist because I'm here. It's like I said this to my guy, and it was kind of fly, but it was like crazy too. I was like, "Yo, I'm on the floor, but not to play. Like I'm here to rap. Like you know what I mean? I'm on the middle of the Bucks NBA floor." To rap, you know what I mean? And that means the world, you know what I mean? Because and I'm representing the city on top of that. Like I'm not like a booked artist from somewhere else here just rapping. I'm representing everybody that's in those seats, because I'm truly from here as well.
Right.
And so it was surreal, bro.
Full circle.
Yeah, man. That was like an arena vibe too. I felt like I felt like Kanye for a minute.
Yeah, right. Totally.
Yeah.
Get everyone to like put their flashlights on.
You feel me? Yo, they told me though, they was like, yo, you can do like a quick speech before you go. Like they're like, just give us like 10, 15 seconds or something. And I'm like, everybody put your hands in the air right now. It's like, this is for Milwaukee. Yeah. Yo, that was like, that was it right there. That was definitely like top 5 highlights as a rapper for sure. Like in my career for sure.
Any other shows that you played that stuck out or stick out to you?
Yeah, definitely my first Summerfest, like my first Summerfest, which was 2014. Wow. I did the Generac stage. I looked like
it was the Harley Davidson stage.
Yeah, no, right? I think it was was it the Generac? I think it was the Generac.
I thought they changed it. Maybe it was Generac. I remember back in the day it was
could be
Harley
wrong.
Stage, and then Miller and Harley.
Let me see.
But that's the same stage as the Generac, basically.
Yeah. But it was crazy because I literally was like I was a kid then, you know what I mean? Yeah. I was a kid, and also I to my knowledge, it was very hard for local artists to like get on that stage at that time. Like 2014, they wasn't really rocking with, local rappers like that. Yeah. You know what I mean? And so on top of that, I signed my deal. That was right around the time I signed my deal. So that definitely stood out to me. I was able to have my family on the stage, like my grandparents was there,
cool,
all of that.
Oh yeah.
Here's like that photo right there. Yeah, that's me crowd surfing. I'm like,
yo, yeah, dude,
crazy. Wow. Yeah, and that's like 2014. And so this post was like, it was like full circle moment because this is like this year. Wow. So fast forward, you know what I mean? So right. So I did it in 2014, and then full circle to do it again like this year. That's crazy, right?
Almost 10 years later.
10 years later. So, but yeah, that time was like super important for me because it's like, man, that's a stepping stool in my career.
Gives you the confidence to like, all right, we got something.
Exactly.
Here,
And it let people know in the city that I wasn't just, not saying there's nothing wrong with being a local artist, but like, I feel like my passion goes beyond local. You know what I mean? Like I want to be, huge. Like, right. Got to take this thing national. Yep. And so that was the first time I felt like people in Milwaukee viewed me in that way. Mm. Like, he's not just local. He's not just like trying to keep it here. He's taking it there. You know what I mean? And so yeah, that show for sure. And then honorable mention, I did Gotti's birthday bash in Memphis, which was insane. Insane. Like, wow. The people that were on that show that I was a part of, that's crazy. There was like YG, Meek Mill, Nicki Minaj was in the back. Like, bro,
wow,
crazy.
Man.
Yeah,
wow,
yeah.
Yo, that's so cool, man.
Yeah. Yo, you know what? I got a story for you. Here. Since we're here, I got a story for you, and I always like to bring the photos with.
Yep.
Cause, all right, who's in that photo?
Drake. I recognize that dude in the middle.
Yeah, that's Yo Gotti.
That's Yo. Okay.
Who's it? And then that's Meek Mill.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Jeez. Yeah. So the story behind that, yeah, that's me right there. Yeah, that's me right there. And so,
Meek Mill's that tall dude?
Yeah, he's tall. Him and Drake is 6'2", 6'3".
Oh no,
Meek
shit.
is like 6'4".
Holy shit! Okay.
Yeah, they're both really tall.
Okay.
And so the story, it's a quick story, but the story behind that, we were in LA. It was Grammy weekend, and during the every Grammys, Meek Mill throws a crazy party. Like, everybody knows this. Like, he throws a party. And so we pulled up early because him and Gotti are like really tight friends. I had never met Meek, so he wanted to bring me so I could meet him. He brought me in there. Boom, we dap up, whatever. So they chopping it up.
Yeah.
Dog. The doorbell rings. 2 big security guards comes in. And then it's this group of guys. They all got similar like shirts on, like jerseys. They're like uniform almost. And then you see the aisle chains hanging down. They're swinging. And then Drake literally just floats in, bro. Just floats in. Now, mind you, I met Drake prior at Lemoyne because he loves Memphis. Like, he always comes to Memphis. Sure. So I met him before at the college. And so he walks in. True story. He goes, Wave, what are you doing here? He's like, what are you doing here? And then so again, nobody really knows who I am. Like, I'm meeting all these people for the first time. And Drake goes, Wave, what are you doing here? Literally everybody just like, who is this kid? Like, what?
Right.
What's going on? We dap up and everything. Dude. Crazy. And so, yeah, I said that to say that was like a very wild time. You know what I mean? And so my dad, who was my manager at the time, he's like, yo, this is dope. He was just like, this is dope. Like, we got to get the photo. He's like, we got to get the photo. Yeah, man. You know what I mean? So we snapped up. There's a bigger photo.
That's such a rock star moment. Just like,
Jesus. Crazy. Yeah.
Drake is saying what up to you. And
yeah, he's like, because I kind of got tight with his cousin in Memphis. And so he was familiar. You know what I mean? Like, we wasn't boys, but like, he was familiar.
Totally.
When he seen
That's so cool he remembers your name.
Yeah, like when he seen my face, he was like, he's like, Wave, what are you doing in here? Cause like we in like the hills, it's a Grammy party, right. You know what I mean? Right. I'm like, yo, I'm here with Gotti, like, you know what I mean? He's like, yo, that's dope.
That's so cool, man.
Yeah, him and Meek exchanged some gifts. He gave Meek like some OVO Jordans, and then Meek gave him a DC chain.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Do you pop back to LA pretty often now, or?
Dog, I have not been back since I left.
Wow.
Because the time, just LA was just the Twilight Zone, bro. It was so crazy. Like, going to jail.
Right.
Listen, going to jail, then dropping music on Empire, doing all these shows. I mean, I didn't even mention the fact that, like, we're cool now, so I can say this. You know what I'm saying? I was also dating this girl who lived in like Santa Monica. And, like, it was just crazy. It was just, like, it was stuff that I wouldn't even imagine, bro. Like, my crib in L.A. was in Culver City. So, it was, like, a regular crib, right?
Okay.
I literally go to jail. I get out thinking that I'm going back to that house. My guys that I moved in there with were not there. They were living in Santa Monica, like, in a big house, a really, 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 really big house. And, like, you know, me and the girl start dating. Like, wow. And so I moved in after, like, literally, I got out of jail into a mansion, literally.
Dude, what a whirlwind of events.
I know, bro. Like, it's such a crazy, yes. And so I literally had to tell my cousin, I'm like, bro, it got to a point, like, one day, I didn't even tell nobody. I was just like, I'm leaving. I'm gonna leave LA. Y'all got it. LA is crazy.
This is too crazy. Yeah.
I needed some normality.
Yeah, man. Yeah, totally. So haven't been back. You don't plan on going back anytime
I do
soon,
actually.
Or?
So I have a Denver show coming up. We're working on it for August. I want to do it somewhere in between August. If I can get that Denver show somewhere in August, I'm gonna bounce to LA as well while I'm out there, because my cousin, who's like my brother, like the main reason I do music, he lives in LA.
Yeah.
And I just gotta go back, man. I gotta touch the city, man.
Definitely.
That can't be my last time.
Right.
In LA.
You probably have so many connections out there still, just waiting for you.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely, man.
For sure. Definitely. What's your favorite place you've traveled to?
Ooh, favorite place. I just got back from Europe on a Europe trip with my girlfriend in spring. Dude, Amsterdam, if you've ever been to Amsterdam.
I've been.
It's my favorite.
I've been.
It's so fun, man.
That was the nicest place that we went to. We did like a 4-day tour when I was with Gotti. And me and my DJ, we would try to find when we get, you don't want to just stay in a hotel.
Right,
we try to find places to go. But Amsterdam, there was literally a group of people biking, and we asked them, we were like, yo, where do you get the bikes from? And they're like, well, we have bikes. You know what I mean?
Right.
So they took us to go get bikes, and they was like, come with us. And we rode around. They showed.
Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, they just took you?
Yeah, we biked around. They showed us all these cool spots.
Cool, man. Yeah. I have a sweet spot for Amsterdam, too, because my brother has been living there for 5 years, and so I've been there 3 times. That's crazy. Man, it's just the coolest city. The people there are just from all around the world. It's kind of like a cool hub of the world.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just beautiful there. Like, no noise pollution. Everything is clean.
It's beautiful
everywhere. Yeah, people biking everywhere. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Just very pure.
Yep.
Definitely.
Love that.
Also I have roots in the Philippines, so
I saw. Is that the? Okay, got you.
So I got to go in 2019 with my mom.
Word.
And have a bunch of relatives out there. Went to Manila, Lawag, which is a little bit more north countryside Philippines, and then we went to Palawan, which is more of like the beachy tourist area, and then back to Manila.
Yeah.
On like this whole trip, and it was the best time. It was so cool. Just
That's fire.
Seeing like the world, like when you go to when you're just in the car driving, like you see construction workers and just like the fast food workers, and everyone is Filipino. It's like, whoa.
Yeah.
It's like when you start thinking about like China and like Russia, just like all these other countries of like doing day-to-day things, but people from different places, like we're all human doing the same thing, but it's also different.
Yeah,
at the same
we're different
time.
culture.
It's just a culture shock.
Yeah. No, that's dope, man. Do you go often?
I try to. I mean, that was the only time. There were talks about going this Christmas and New Year's to the Philippines, but my mom's going for sure. But it's just the plane tickets are expensive.
I'm already knowing, bro. I gotta get like you though, bro. You traveling out here, man. You living in life.
I mean, my goal for this next year is to travel as much as possible through music. So
for sure.
Just touring, like hitting the road really hard.
Yeah.
Like if I do go to the Philippines, it'd be sweet to put together some shows.
While you're out there.
Yeah.
Hey man, y'all going crazy. So y'all
seeing the world.
That's gonna happen.
Thank you.
We're gonna manifest that.
Thank you. Yeah. What are your favorite places to visit?
Down south, man. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Like I got mad family down south. Memphis is definitely one of my favorites.
Memphis, I really don't know much about Memphis, but
it's very similar to Milwaukee in the sense that it's not this huge city, but there are these small pockets that are really, really dope. You know what I mean? So yeah, no, I really like Memphis a lot. Like I said, my dad's side of the family is down there, so it's very.
So that's your Memphis connection is from
my pops.
Cool, got you.
Yep. So I got all my grandma's down there, all my cousins. You know, they really got me tough. You know what I mean? Like they all the boys are down there.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I like going down there just chill. It's like it's very minimalist. It's like getting away from like the city. You know what I mean? Take your shoes and your socks off and just walk through the grass. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
LA, you don't get much of that. I feel.
Nah, it's very city vibes. Very city vibes. So I like down south. Let me think. There's another place. I'm trying to think. Oh, Atlanta.
Yeah.
Atlanta. Yeah. I really like Atlanta. I think like when it's all said and done, like when I'm old or whatever, when I'm ready to retire, I'm gonna go to Atlanta. Just because it's so widespread. It has everything you're looking for. If you want city, they got city. If you want nature, they got nature. They got the dopest like water spots, like little water slides and parks all of that. Waterfalls.
Do they have a body of water, like a river going through there?
Not that I'm familiar with, but there is one called Lake Lanier, but I heard that that's not really a good place to go. Okay. You're gonna get it's something going on out there.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
But they do have like a man-made beach. You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So I think that's their thing as far as the water. But I've discovered mad like waterfalls. You know what I'm saying?
Cool.
Like a lot of rocks and then waterfall. You know what I mean?
Can you swim in the middle of it?
Yes.
Kind of thing?
Yes. There's one. So boom, whoever's watching this, here's a little gem. If you go to Atlanta, go to Roswell. There's a spot called Roswell Mills, and if you enter the mill and go left, you got to go all the way down and go all the way left. You're gonna find a waterfall. It's super dope because you can walk on one part and then it's deep on the right side. You know what I mean? So you can swim in it if you want. You can stand in it if you want. And then the waterfall is like right there.
Beautiful.
Yeah, Roswell Mill. You welcome, guys.
Yeah, definitely. I have a buddy in Atlanta, so definitely making a trip I'm trying to go down south on the tour this
bro,
this
go
winter.
to Atlanta. Bro, you love
100%.
Atlanta. Yeah.
I want to hit Atlanta. Chattanooga, I heard is really cool.
Yes.
Definitely want to check that out. Maybe Memphis.
Yep.
Asheville
Asheville
for sure. I want to check out Savannah, Georgia, but that's a little bit more on the coast.
Yeah.
I've heard it's pretty cool. But
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, lots to see.
I'm
excited for it.
It's dope. It's dope.
Anything else you want to talk about before we wrap this up?
Yeah, man. I have my album, the 52 pack is a EP that I dropped. It just hit 1 million plays. And then I also have a single called Built Different, which is going to hit 1 million soon as well. Once that hits 1 million, I'm going to drop Can't Stop, Won't Stop Deluxe. So new music is on the way.
Sick,
I'm aiming for like August, probably roll this whole thing out in August. It's basically just the extended version of an album I dropped in May. But in celebration of us hitting 1 million, streams on this song, we're gonna do an extended version. You know what I mean? All through August, and so
and you'll have all those shows as well.
Yeah, we got and we got the shows coming along with the rollout, and also I got to shout out the team because it's not just me. Shout out Kyle, helping me put together all these shows. Shout out my producer Man of Beats. Shout out Dakota G on the mixes. It's been a group effort, man. Really putting this whole run together, man. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm on a whole nother run, and it's been dope. And I also want to thank you for having me on the podcast, man. I'm a big fan. I'm definitely a fan. And then also just I love meeting new artists, you know what I'm saying? And just nerding out on music and just picking each other's brains and stuff like that. So, man, I appreciate you for having me on.
Appreciate you coming on, man.
Yeah, no doubt.
We'll make it happen again for sure.
Absolutely, bro.
Dude, lots of momentum coming your way for
sure. Likewise, man. Likewise. Yeah. It's crazy. We might have to, clash our worlds together at some point.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
We will.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, man. You're the dopest, most humble man. So really cool to chat it up with you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks for watching if you did, and we'll see you next time.
Stay wavy.
Yeah, stay wavy. Later.